Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. Thank you all for clicking. This is episode 2 on the Adenta project. Alright, so I need to explain some few things here. In the episode 1 of this project, I had some issue with the client because he didn't want me to put out the video or perhaps the 3D of his house on my channel, which I believe he saw what I do before he came into contact with me. And so to resolve the issue, they asked me to remove the 3D and also the cost breakdown of this particular project. So if you don't see the 3D representation of this particular house, please take it easy with me, and also the cost breakdown. Okay, but I'm going to give a very good illustration so you could get the concept of this particular house. Now, this house is just a prototype from my house. If you've watched my channel for long, you'll see how my house have been designed. This is just a twist of it. Now, my house has a 4-bedroom in the ground floor. Now, the 4-bedroom in the ground floor is independent on its own. Now, when you go to the first floor, I have an apartment. I have 2-bedroom, 2-unit apartment. So I have 2-bedroom apartment on the left and another 2-bedroom apartment on the right. That is on the first floor. And if you go to the second floor, again, you have the same 2-bedroom apartment on the left and a 2-bedroom apartment on the right. So basically, this is the same thing, but much more bigger than mine. This is more huge, bigger than mine. You understand? Mine is just up to first floor, but this one is up to a second floor. So we have 4-bedroom in the ground floor, 2-bedroom apartment, 2-unit in the first floor, and then second floor. So in total, we have 4 apartments and then 4-bedroom in the ground floor. Okay? All right. Now, this is what we call pillar settings. Okay, so you could see that we did what we call blinding. And in blinding, we pour 50 ml or 50 concrete in the column base. And then when it is dry, you come and place the mat and then put the columns on top. And you notice that we are supporting the columns with the bamboos to keep them in position because they don't have to shift. The moment they deviate from the grid line, after casting the overside, you will tend to do what we call cranking, which we don't want to do. Some structural engineers do not entertain cranking. So we need to make sure that the pillars or the columns are in position. And this is basically its main purpose. That's why the bamboos are holding them together. Now, after the pillars have been set, the blinding completed, the next thing we do is to pour concrete around the mat to hold the pillar in position. And so this is basically what we are doing. This is what we call pillar settings. So when I prepare estimate for you, you will see a lot of breakdowns. All these meaning, or perhaps breakdown, they've got reason and purpose. So blinding, pillar setting, and foundation concrete casting. You understand? So this is what we have to do. Blinding will be for 1 day. So there will be a labor work for the blinding. And then the next day, they have to do pillar settings. Pillar settings can take up to 2 days or even 3 days, depending on the size of the project. Because pillar setting is very crucial. You don't have to be in a hurry to do a pillar settings. The pillar settings comes with certain modalities. Okay, the direction of the pillar, the position of the pillar, how it's supposed to look like, if there's any design, protruding design, every pillar has got numbers. all the columns have got numbers. We have F1, F2, F3, or C1, C2, C3, depending on how the structural engineer has illustrated that in his structural drawing. And so we have to follow same. And that is why it is advisable to get people who can read and understand. Not just randomly pick someone and then say, Kosimi Dynamami, when you have paid a huge sums of money for the design. And then you end up giving it to an ignorant person just to build a house for you. Sometimes I don't understand the algorithm. You need to ensure that all these processes have been followed. So here you could see that the people who actually did the digging missed a bit of the grid line. Are you with me? The digging, because when you don't follow exactly the grid line and you dig unnecessary area, because you could see they've actually dug to the extreme right hand side instead of staying in the middle. And for that matter, after setting all the pillars, okay, now we have to, cut off that portion to make sure the block stays in the center of the pillar. You understand? The block has to stay in the center of the pillar. So it is very, very important. And one thing I love about Mr. Adade is that he doesn't joke with his grid lines. His gradient is more important to him. He wants to make sure everything is straight. And that's one thing I love about him. And I believe that in every project, we meet people, we get exposed. And that for me, exposure is very, very important. In every industry, you need to be exposed to different conditions, methodologies, procedures, different approach. And I happen to meet different structural engineers, architects, who perhaps over the years have gained knowledge and experience from work, both in office and on the field. And so meeting them, we are challenged to do extra, and that keeps my team, everybody in a good position. Going forward to new projects, we perform exceedingly and then abundantly. And we, from the knowledge gained from the previous project, we use that to improve on the next project. So it's still a learning process where we are determined to learn from well-experienced structural engineers that we bring on board, because we bring these people on board to be a second opinion to whatever we are doing. We don't do things on our own. No. Every project that we approach, we want to make sure that we bring someone on board that double checks. You understand? Yeah, that double checks them. So first we did the blinding, we did the pillar settings, and now foundation concrete is taking place. Now you notice that in certain areas, we are trying to reduce the amount of concrete that goes into the foundation. Because the width of the foundation has been widening, we don't want to pour concrete in the foundation entirely. That will cost more of cement, sand, or perhaps materials for the client. So we have to narrow down the portion as to where exactly we need to pour our concrete. You understand? So basically, that is what we are doing. And pillar settings, foundation concrete casting takes time. You don't have to rush whatever we are doing. You don't have to rush it. The quality is what we are looking for. So cement, we are using Jata cement, 42.5R. You understand? Yes. Everything has to be done properly. Now, every building has got weight. So you cannot just say, oh, this guy, he can build two-story building. It's not about building a two-story building. It's about building it to the standard. Is the person able to read? Does he really understand what the structure engineer had stipulated and follow to know the depth of the foundation? Now, this particular work, the depth of the foundation is 4 feet, and the column base is 1 foot, making it a total of 5 feet. You understand? And that is exactly what we have done. We want to make sure, because the column base is supposed to go deeper. You understand? It's not supposed to be the same level of the foundation. So that one is one step down. Okay, so making it a 5 feet. The foundation or the block work is 4 feet, while the column base is 5 feet. And so this is deep. You understand? This is really deep. So if in case you need our services, I am the CEO of B&C Constructions. My team has over the years gone through series of training, exposure, and plenty of work, and we keep putting smiles on the faces of people. We are helping people who are vulnerable. I prepare estimates. I protect the funds of people, the money that you have worked for. I protect them for you by making sure that you achieve your dream home. Okay, so write to me. That's my number on the screen. Contact me directly and let's get talking. I prepare estimates at a fee and we build houses. Okay, if you need our services, please do not hesitate to get in touch. And if you like this video, please do not hesitate to subscribe to the channel to help the channel grow. Subscribe, okay? Put it on post notification and click the like button. From me to you, it's shalom. God bless you wherever you are. Bye bye.